Uh,
framework and
At the end of the round, you should be evaluating this debate on whether the perm can solve or not. As I said during that block, any chance of a link means that you're voting negative purely on the alternative. As we stated before, the alternative involves queering the non-human. This means creating a system where we recognize that everyone in this room is both a human and a non-human. The concept of the human is based in the political ground, meaning that I am politically superior to you. This is what allows for the impacts. This is what allows for the implications of the 1AC to occur in a world where they're still defending the terrorism scenarios, and the hedge leagues off the 1AC means that we're still winning the league off the burn. Don't let them kick out of this now. They're still waiting for the 1AR. It would be abusive for them to bring to kick out of and go for like real defending the environment in the 2AR. They say that they don't want to that they don't exclude the 1AC, but when they say they need to wait the app, it means putting us below them, meaning that it means that when they still wait, they're not going to claim to need to. If they get to wait the app, it means putting us below them. This is a form of exclusion. That means that we're viewed as less, that our implications, our impacts of the statistical genocide don't matter as much as their extinction scenarios, meaning that we're not able to mourn the deaths of the 70 the billions of animals that have died in the name of human consumption, in the name of superiority, in the name of the political superiority that the 1AC still justifies when they say that we have to defend drones. If you look at what kind of plan and vacuum provided by the 1AC, they still defend the use of drones. They don't argue the restriction of drones, but rather that we kill better, that we don't do this. They make this really bad argument at the end of the 1AR that they are the prerequisite to evaluating killing, but during the 1AC cross-safety, they say that we do need to kill terrorists because they are a threat to the United States. They say to look at the plan versus dollar, but even if you default to that, the default back there when we get enrollment to this discourse provided on the 1AC cross in a world where there's defending that we have to do the plan to save humans, not just the disenfranchised or war victims talks about. They make these claims about the all, but if you look at the war victims that's right after the all, it explains the alternative variable in a world where we clear the non-human, we're no longer sticking to some utilitarian form of framing, in a world where the all we're taking a molecular approach to solving these implications. We're creating multiple policies and we're engaging on multiple levels to try and solve the oppression and marginalization that happens in the status quo. In a world where you look at it, where you go out on the terms, you're no longer really engaging in the alternative. You're not really engaging in a multiple level of multiple action process. Rather, in a world where they're still defending that you do the plan. And the perm, the non-exclusionary parts of the perm, you're really just doing the plan in itself, which doesn't solve back to the root cause claims. Their root cause claims throughout this round have been really shitty. They talk about how capitalism and like sexism are bad. They don't ever take into context of the non-human. If you look at these parts of the end of the round, you'll see that there's not really a link to the critique that we brought into this round. And they say that falsely it's all case, but no, in a world where the genocide will continue, they never solve back for the vacuum farms, they never solve back for the people that get marginalized because they're not considered the white male political like white males on the critique. They said there's no reason why the plan is brain-dead. Yeah, that's true, but we passed the brain-dead from the conception of the political firm down to Aristotle when the Western philosophy started engaging in the sense of political superiority. We passed the brain, but the perm is a method of ending being complacent with the genocide. The alternative is a method of not being complacent with the genocide in a world where you're defaulting to the alternative because it's a method of solvency. We're engaging in a rethinking, which would involve doing the 1AC plan would gut because we're no longer thinking, we're just defaulting to an action. In the world of the alternative, we have to be question what we do before we do it. In a world where the world of the alt, we question what we do before we do it. But if you look at the term, it would demand that you have to class drones and then rethinking. There's no real point in rethinking if you're just going to pass drones anyways. This means that that's all in the world. And since in the world of the perm, you're not really questioning why we have ethnocentric privilege, why I'm allowed to say that Al-Qaeda is bad, why we have the right to kill two drones right there, or why that we have to protect the economy so that like I can stay rich or something or still go to my private school. They say we shifted the cake from the other, but if you look at the content and the contents of the award events, it's very clear in stating that the non-human is always been the other, it's always been the marginalized, it's always been the state of focus. Really, we just call it another term that they wouldn't be familiar with, but really it's been the same argument throughout this round. They say we could reinvent hierarchies, but there's no real specific arguments to be heard throughout the side saying why this is specifically worse than the continuous genocide and marginalization that's happening in the status quo. They say we have to have policies, but cross-applied to the mesh evidence only through our career can we engage in a conceptualization that solves better in a world where we're purely doing the alternative. We would engage in actual policies that cease to marginalize people. Even in a world of the alternative alone, we wouldn't pass the plan provided by the 1AC. Rather, we would just restrict drones in itself because the point of the 1AC, the point of the critique is to reject violence on face, that we shouldn't have the right to kill people, that we shouldn't have the right to marginalize others. In a world where we're voting on the alternative and the plan are mutually exclusive, there's no way that you can do that. Our mesh evidence is a reason why you're going to prefer the alternative alone. They could say that the impact, that any risk of an impact means that you should vote affirmative, but the only external impact that's happening in this round is our SAMS 212 evidence that talks about how their specific way of labeling our cause is inferior is the reason why our ability to wait lives and our ability to mourn for the deaths of the billions that have died, the values are individual lives because we're no longer able to wait lives. They say that that we have to make policy for that. This is formally exclusion. Extend the role of the judges and ethical educators. They never claim this in a world where they're still mistaken education claims are going to prefer our role of the judge because at post-round, all of us continue to live lives, all of us continue to pay money for or against the complacency and the genocide of the animals. Only post-round do we actually get any solemnity towards actively fighting the methods that complacency against the non-human being the critical alternative. As a role of judge, you have to vote all of the alternative alone because it's the most ethical thing to do to stop the violence.